Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. I hope y'all have been having a wonderful week thus far. I know that I have, so despite everything that's going on in this world, and my mind is really on what Cristobal is doing because I know it's been hitting the southern states the hardest. I think we're gonna get some residuals from that over the next few hours, definitely before the end of this week. But my folks are okay, and that's all I'm really worried about when it comes down to that. So anyway, let me go ahead and get into why um, y'all are here. Y'all, it came to my attention yesterday that a lot of Black people are in their feelings about what they saw that I ended up seeing, and the only reason why I saw it. So y'all see the title, so let's go ahead and get into the video. So the Democrats were, trying to propose and put into legislation this bill. And it's supposed to be about policing and incentives for certain states that do what they need to do as far as training is concerned. Like, it's supposed to be a lot of stuff that's supposed to have better training aspects and just doing what you need to do to avoid situations like what has happened to George Floyd and several others long before this happened to him. Okay, y'all, people are in their feelings because non-Black people were wearing Kente cloth. I'm like, okay, let me give y'all the story about me and when I saw it. First of all, let me just make it plain and make it clear. Usually all day, literally all day long, I see live streams where they're talking about stuff. I see 45 talking about stuff all day. I see people on all sides talking about political things all day. Well, I normally ignore that and go about my business because I don't even want to hear it at this point. I very rarely will click on something and be like, well, let me tune in and see what they're talking about when it comes to any of this legislation and all this other stuff. Run me my check if you're going to run me my check and shut up. If they're going to do that for me. Because I have bills that I can pay and I don't have to worry about certain things if you're going to do that. But other than that and just normal things in life that really would affect me, I don't tune into it unless it's that. And even then, sometimes I wait until it's over and then I'll go get the rough draft or whatever from somewhere because sometimes I don't want to hear all that. Sometimes you have to go through too much to get down to the meat and potatoes. So anyway, y'all, I'm out of my business and I see a live stream like various places and everybody is wearing Kente cloth. So I said, wait a minute, what is going on right here? So I clicked on the video and I was like, okay, then y'all better come through with the Kente cloth. Now that was my thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like, that actually is what drew me in to actually click and say, well, let me hear what they're talking about. Because normally I done got to the point where if I see certain people's faces or I see certain words, if I even allow myself to see the words before I just see anybody's faces and I can tell they're talking or whatever, I won't even click on it. But as soon as I saw them wearing Kente cloth, I was intrigued. I was like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. So I clicked on the link and I saw what they were talking about. So I'm like, okay, look at y'all. My initial thought was, wow, everybody's wearing Kente cloth no matter what their nationality is. So to me, that is showing some form of solidarity. That was my thought. I thought that all Black people who are actually understanding of what Black Lives Matter and just any type of movement that is for us, I thought that they would have gotten that. Well, apparently the majority of Black people didn't, and I am very confused and I'm saddened by that fact. So I am a product of an HBCU, Alabama State University, of course. of course, Alabama State University. When we teach class, the world takes notes, all that good stuff. Home of the marching hornets, all that. But one of my friends invited me to this group, and most of the people in the group was just on a whole nother level when it came to that. And somebody was like, well, I was offended. Were you offended? And, just asking everybody were they offended by them wearing kente cloth. And I was just like, what? What is y'all offended about? What even happened for y'all to be offended? Like, did y'all not understand what you were tuning in to watch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just said, as soon as I saw the kente cloth, I was like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. Like, I literally didn't read the name of it. I was like, all right, what they doing with the kente cloth on? Let me see what they're talking about. So it made me instantly want to tune in because I know what kente cloth is about. I understand where it comes from. I understand its meaning. So I was like, okay, for y'all to have on this, what's going on? So I actually wanted to hear what they had to say that day because they had it on. So, like I said, my initial reaction was I was good with it. I ain't had no problems. I had no qualms. I understand everybody else's issue. Then later on, I find out on accident while people were, like one of my friends, she sent me something. I was like, what? Oh, okay then. So I was, this just made me even more happy about my decision to tune in. And I saw the live stream and they had on the kente cloth stoles. So I'm like, what is the problem? Some people just had on the stoles and then other people had the stoles that had the kente mask as well. So I was like, okay then, well, y'all better set it off on all fronts. So for anyone who does not understand or knows what's going on, like I said before, and like I'd already thought it was about, people are trying to show solidarity. People are trying to say, look, we heard you. We understand what's going on. They actually ended up kneeling for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, which is all that time that raggedy former police officer had his knee on George Floyd's neck, his former co-worker as well. Let's make sure we put all that information out there just in case anybody who don't know about it, because when they heard about it, like a lot of people tuned out once that happened and they don't know any of the updates and all this other stuff. But I'm just saying, they actually were down on their knees, kneeling, quiet, all this other stuff for 8 minutes and 46 seconds and all of that. And this was all in an effort to show solidarity, and they were trying to pass a piece of legislation. Somehow it turned into, they trying to play dress up. They trying to mock us. Oh, I'm just like, huh? Where did y'all get that from? I'm so confused. I don't understand. And a lot of people were like, well, this ain't enough. It ain't enough. I don't know what they thought they did. I hope they don't think they did something by doing this. And I'm just like, apparently y'all don't know the history. Y'all apparently don't know how it goes in the United States of America, or as I like to call it, the ununited States of America. Because you have to definitely take very, very small baby steps when it comes to anything dealing with Black people. A lot of us are outraged by what has happened and the state of the world and how racism is still running rampant. It has never left. Racism has been alive and well for I don't know how long before I was born. I've been sick and tired. I've been speaking out. I've been saying stuff. And it's like, now that more footage is coming out of people, all these injustices, it's just like people are just like losing their minds. And I get it, but it's like, don't sit up here and get mad because a lot of people, I hate to say this, but it's true. There are a lot of Black people who've gotten to the point where they want to find anything to be mad about. Why are y'all mad because these people are wearing kente cloth stoles? Why are y'all mad because these people are wearing kente cloth masks? Why? Did you not listen to what they are actually speaking about? Do you know why they were even up there? Do you know why they were really wearing that stuff outside of it just being about solidarity? I was informed that the Congressional Black Caucus actually gave that to them. Last year, they had actually gone to Ghana and done some work in Ghana, and this was them thanking them for coming and all this other stuff. And I heard that there was just so many different things that were attached to it. So I want to read a little bit to y'all, and then I'll get out of your hair. But here we go. The significance of Kente cloth is our African heritage. And for those of you without that heritage, we're acting in solidarity, which I thought was common sense, and I thought that that was apparent by what they were doing, but who am I? That's the significance of Kente cloth, our origins and representing our pasts. The Democratic lawmakers did have their defenders, including one prominent civil rights activist who said people should focus on the police reform bill, exactly, that the lawmakers brought forth. Not a huge fan of Kente cloth, but it was a show of solidarity for more seasoned Black folks. So I get it. I just hope we don't miss what happened after the performative part, which is that legislation is being introduced. This is what, like certain quotes from random people or whatever, but I'm just saying people are really in their feelings. Okay. So the legislation includes a ban on chokeholds and a creation of a national police misconduct registry. It also incentivizes states and localities to mandate racial bias training and teach officers about their duty to intervene, among other things. The legislation is the most expansive effort in recent years to reform policing policies across the nation at a federal level, but it is expected to face strong resistance from Republicans, police unions, and local officials who don't want Washington intervening in their policymaking. Yeah, so that is what it is about. I don't even understand how we got to this point. And I'm just like, y'all want to be mad for no reason. Like, I don't understand people who want to be mad for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You literally are mad because these people wore Kente cloth. Kente cloth stoles, and Kente cloth masks, and y'all mad. Instead of listening to why they were actually having live streams everywhere, and you're seeing that this was being reported everywhere. And a lot of people, like I said before, a lot of people feel like, oh, well, this ain't nothing. I don't understand why they think they're doing something. The people who supposedly listen to why they were up there. Let's just think about Black History Month. We all know, or at least you should know, Black history is something that is considered, to me at least, 365 days a year. We have contributed so much to this country, and everything and all efforts have definitely not been recognized. A lot of the things and a lot of the luxuries or things that people take for granted are things that we Black people have created and have been the ones who were behind it. So kudos to us. Hats off to us. But something as simple as Black History Month, it wasn't just something that just came out of nowhere and it happened overnight. Y'all know good and well it used to be Black History Week, used to be Black History Week and all this other, like, I'm just like, we used to have just a week dedicated to us, not a month. So I'm just gonna need for y'all to calm down. And it wasn't even called Black History Week. I'm saying by the wrong name because I'm so like disgusted by the fact that people are in their feelings because everybody is just y'all in y'all feelings about Kente cloth. I cannot, like, I don't understand. Now hold on, I want to get it right. Well, I'm gonna just put a little thing over it, but yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm just so, because I really cannot believe that people are deep in their feelings about trying to take steps forward. They are small steps, but you have to understand that it is going to lead to something greater. This is something that has happened pretty quickly considering how the past has shown us how they care and want to try to do anything when it comes to Black people and our Black lives. They're trying to make an effort. But anyway, y'all, hopefully somebody understood what I was saying. Hopefully This didn't go over anybody's heads. I'll see y'all later. Bye.